She opened the door, and her world collapsed. Standing there was her friend, and beside her, Baraka. We got married. She fell to her knees. There was once a home filled with light, laughter, and beautiful promises. In that home lived a woman named Hadassa, graceful, intelligent, full of life. And beside her stood her husband, Baraka, a man who worked with quiet strength and a gentle heart. In the mornings, sunlight would pour through their windows, and the sound of joy would rest in their rooms. They would sit together, share meals, smile without effort. And one day, with hope in his voice, Baraka held her hand and said, "Whatever happens in life, we will face it together." And Hadassa smiled warmly. Yes, together. And for a time, it was true. But life has a way of changing slowly, so slowly that the heart barely notices. Days turned into months. Hadassa became busy, very busy. People praised her everywhere she went. "You're incredible. You deserve the best. You're made for more." And little by little, those words began to shape her heart. Not loudly, but quietly. One evening, the door opened. Baraka returned home tired from a long day. He called gently, "Hadassa?" She sat on the couch, eyes on her phone. "I'm tired today." He nodded softly. "I understand, but is there something to eat?" She sighed. "You just got here. Can you relax first?" His voice stayed calm. "I've been working all day." And then she looked at him. "And I've been busy too." The air changed. Voices sharpened. Words, once soft, became heavy. And in the middle of that moment, a quiet message appeared on her screen. "Through laziness, the house begins to fall." She glanced at it, just for a second, then scrolled past. Because wisdom often speaks softly, but pride keeps scrolling. Time moved on. Another evening came. Rain tapped gently against the windows. Inside, candles flickered on a table. Baraka had prepared something special. A moment, a memory, a chance to reconnect. Hadassa walked in. She looked around. "You did all this?" He smiled. "I thought we could spend the evening together." She crossed her arms and sighed. "You could have just given me the money." Silence filled the room. The kind of silence that hurts. Because some words do more than speak. They break. Baraka's smile faded. "I wanted us, not money." But her heart had already turned. "You think too small." And just like that, another crack formed. Not loud, not visible, but real. Because a house does not fall in one day. It weakens, moment by moment. That same night, Baraka sat alone outside, thinking, hurting. And as a bus passed by, a message shone brightly. It is better to live alone than with constant conflict. He stared at it, long, silent. Because sometimes warnings are not hidden. They pass right before our eyes. But not every warning is ignored with noise. Some are simply overlooked. A week later, Hadassa sat laughing with friends, scrolling through images of beaches, luxury, escape. "You deserve a vacation." She smiled. "Yes, I need a break from everything." A quiet voice asked, "But what about Baraka?" She shrugged. "He'll be fine." And just like that, she chose distance over responsibility. She picked up her suitcase. "Life is short. I'm going to enjoy it." and the door closed behind her, leaving Baraka standing, alone. Sometimes we chase happiness without noticing what we leave behind. Days passed. Hadassa laughed under golden sunsets. Music, luxury, freedom. For a moment, it all felt right. Her phone buzzed once more. The wise woman builds her house. She paused, only for a second, then returned to the noise. But far away from the music, Baraka sat alone at the table. 2 plates, one untouched. He opened the Bible quietly. Let the wife respect her husband. And a tear fell. Not because of anger, but because of loss. Then one night, Hadassa returned home, smiling, relaxed, unaware. But something felt different. The lights were on. Voices inside. She opened the door, and her world collapsed. Standing there was her friend, and beside her, Baraka. We got married. The words echoed like thunder. Hadassa's heart raced. Her mind flooded with memories. Every moment she ignored. Every word she spoke. Every warning she passed. And the truth stood before her. The house was not destroyed in one day. It was weakened, little by little. She fell to her knees. No, please, we can fix this. But Baraka's voice was quiet. You left me long before you walked out. And sometimes, the hardest truth to face is the one we created ourselves. Rain poured from the sky. Hadassa ran into the night, lost, broken, crying out, "This can't be happening." But the voice of truth spoke clearly. The foolish one tears down her own house with her own hands. And in that moment, everything faded to darkness. Then, suddenly, she gasped. Awake, back in her bed. Morning light filled the room. Her heart raced. It was a dream. Footsteps approached. Hadassa? It was Baraka. Alive. Present. Still there. And she ran into his arms, trembling. I saw everything fall. Because some warnings come gently, and some come like visions, before it is too late. That morning, she opened the scriptures. Tears fell onto the page. The wise woman builds her house. And for the first time, she understood. I was destroying my own home. She turned to Baraka, humbled. I want to build, not break. And this time, her words were not proud. They were real. Days passed, and slowly, the house changed again. Not with noise, not with pride, but with quiet effort, with respect, with care, with love. And peace returned, step by step, because a home is not built by beauty, nor by talent, but by humility, by respect, by love. And sometimes, mercy comes as a warning, before loss becomes permanent. So remember this: a home does not fall all at once, and it does not rise in a moment. It is built or broken, one choice at a time. Don't just watch this. Read the Bible for yourself. Keep growing in truth and wisdom. Live in what is real. Walk away from lies. The kingdom of Yahuwah is closer than you think.